I'm sorry that our meetings are always as the result of bad news, Descendant. But this matter is urgent, so I will cut to the chase. Since the destruction of the Ironheart, dimensional breaches have been occurring with increasing frequency in the Axion Plains. We had stopped investigating the Axion Plains because of the void storms, but due to the severity of the situation, we've changed our plans. We must proceed with the reoccupation operation.
Sorry, I didn't know you were there. You made it. You don't know this place, right? Neither do I. I'm tempted to explore every nook and cranny, but given the situation, I can't. Anyway, I've got information I need to tell you, so let's get to it. This is such a quiet and desolate place. It's a shame you have a mission to do. HQ must be in a hurry. Let's walk and talk. Since I'm temporarily in charge, I'll be briefing you on your mission. We've detected an increased amount of dimensional anomalies in this area recently. The phenomenon seems to be a temporary one, but we need to know if something like this could lead to a dimensional breach. The targets to be investigated are the dimensional energy survey points and the Colossus-guided capture zones, just to be sure. They do seem pretty far away, don't they? I guess that's why we've been issued with that new mobility equipment. What is it called again? Apparently, it was decommissioned after the development of RK teleportation. But I've been told there's nothing quite like it for physically traveling long distances. As Kyle said, riding this bad boy was like riding a wild horse across the plains. Ew. Anyway, it's a shame that such a useful piece of equipment was retired. It was probably because there's nowhere to use it, right? Other than Albion and Kingston, we've lost most of our territory. After the war is over, we should all take a trip to the seaside with this thing. I hear you can still find unpolluted water out beyond the Axion Plains. Oh, yeah, operation instructions. Look, it's written in the manual here. I've tested it a few times, but I'm still more comfortable in my liquid RK state. I'll practice with it some more later. You go ahead.
clusters of breach creatures have been detected within the unstable dimension zone. Search and destroy. What? Are you saying they're not actually Vulgus? Special assault ship detected in the airspace. Descendant, engage the assault ship. This is surprising. And not in a positive way, of course. It may be hard to believe, but the body tissue of the Vulgus you are currently engaged with contains colossi DNA. The situation is more critical than we thought. If the Vulgus have created a new species, we need to gather as much data as possible to develop effective countermeasures. Under a new category. Designation is the Legion of Breach. We are detecting mixed Vulgus and Colossi signals. The exact size of the place is difficult to determine. We advise all Descendants to engage at their discretion. Active transport on route to the Descendant. Low air support available. Danger close. Danger close. Detecting biosignals of powerful enemies. They appear to be different from the usual Legion of Breach units. Received the materials you sent. It's clear that the dimensional balance has been compromised since the Ironheart was used. While I analyze the energy patterns, I need you to investigate a few other locations. Do you see those giant circular structures? They're called Colossus-guided capture zones. If a dimensional breach were to occur, these constructions would be the only remaining defense against any Colossi on the Axion Plains. I need you to go and survey these Colossus-guided capture zones. Many of the outer walls have suffered severe damage, and the decoy pulses are non-operational. Hold on. The signal is... Descendant, you need to get out of there, quickly. A void storm is rapidly approaching. Valby, do you copy? Fall back, both of you.
All past Colossus guided capture. Warning. Large-scale dimensional machine zones. Please evacuate the area out of range of the sirens, or vacate the Colossus guided capture zone. All Descendants, please respond to ground reception.
Descendant, do you read me? A powerful void storm is approaching the Axion Plains. Energy readings are approaching signal level. Evacuate to safety before it's too late. Descendant, this looks like a dimensional breach in progress. I repeat, dimensional breach. Colossus inbound.
Nell, what's happening?
A dimensional breach has opened directly onto the Axion Plains. All investigative personnel have withdrawn.
The success of this operation will lead us to victory.
Received your report, Descendant. Well done. Unfortunately, despite your efforts, we have a serious security situation in Ingress. Karell's use of the Ironheart has upset the dimensional balance. Axion, where the balance between dimensions was already unstable, is being breached. We need to secure the Axion Plains to keep Colossi from pouring in. Once the Void Storm subsides, we'll begin an operation to recapture the Axion Plains. Until then, I need you for other high-priority missions. I know. I'm reluctant to surrender the area too. The Colossi that have appeared in the Axion Plains seem to have evaded our radar. We haven't detected the distinctive wavelengths they emit when they die. I can't imagine that a Colossus that had made it as far as Ingress would willingly turn back. There must be another reason. We'll find out when we retake the Axion Plains. I'm sure we'll have another opportunity.
Seeing Albion in an uproar again means we must have had another huge guest. I have some information about our latest guest. Stop by when you have a moment.
Oh, the special human child. What do you need?
I heard that the arrival location of this Colossus was different than the previous time. It appeared in a place where the intercept network is useless. Well, that must be the Axion Plains. Unfortunately, we can't upgrade the Void Radar at the moment. But I can help you take on the Colossus. According to the data, your mobility equipment was actually a risk factor in this operation. You could have been caught by one of the Colossi. The power output is a critical issue. But for decommissioned equipment, it didn't perform too badly, so I suppose we shouldn't complain. And you are still going to have to use this equipment on the battlefield, aren't you? In that case, I have something for you. I was considering improving the performance of your mobility equipment. Try this prototype part first. We'll see how it performs in the field, and then if it can be improved.
Now what do you want? Go on, I'm waiting.
You need information about the Colossi. I'm glad you're safe, Descendant. The dimensional breach in the Axion Plains has been stabilized. It seems the Vulgus wanted to avoid a Colossi invasion as well. Of course, this means Albion HQ halted the operation to reoccupy the Axion Plains. A neutral zone has been established for both sides. If the fighting continues, another dimensional breach will open in the Axion Plains. You seem unhappy with HQ's decision, Descendant. Balby seems to share your views. I've heard her say many times that water that leaks in can also leak out. But the void can't be thought of as water that can be bailed out. It's more like the abyss. The more we try to empty it, the more the monsters in there become interested in us. I hope you'll trust HQ's decision on this occasion.
Descendant. I was able to extrapolate some interesting information using the data from Operation Sigma Sector. I do not believe the purpose of the Oblivions was to occupy Ingress. If it was, there was no reason to keep such a powerful force in Sigma Sector. This could have a lot of implications, Descendant. Perhaps Karell was not only after the Ironhearts in Ingress. Perhaps he desired Arche as well. And our troubles do not end there. In the midst of this chaos,
The Vulgus have their sights set on the Axion Plains. The Axion Plains is the most dimensionally unstable place in Ingress. The Vulgus even created a dedicated force to invade it, which means the Axion Plains must be of great strategic value to them. What do they hope to gain from occupying the Axion Plains? So many questions. We should tackle them one at a time, starting with those that concern the Vulgus. If Gley will allow it, I need to explore the memories of her daughter Dia through RK synchronization. Dia was an Oblivion commander, so she must have received orders directly from Karell. We need to find out what they were, and quickly.
Good day. I'm Serena Antonietta.
Descendant. Descendant. I remember the moment we first met. This place is the same as where we met then. A subconscious space formed by RK. It was created based on the moment when RK activity was at its peak in Dia's memories. Follow my voice. I need your RK to analyze her memories. Look over there, Descendant. A memory that has been molded into a physical form. It has been made unerasable, no matter how hard she tries to forget it. It appears to have been created by coercive commands or brainwashing. We should investigate. This is a Vulgus structure. Dia recognizes this place as a ship. She must have come to this place many times to have this information embedded in this way. Yes, this is a memory that was imprinted on Dia as an Obliviant. The Vulgus ship that she boarded as a commander. Does this mean... Karell. Descendant, it is Karell. We must hurry. I told you this memory was forced into this shape, didn't I? Dia does not wish to remember this moment any longer. If we miss this opportunity, we may never see it again.
Karell, connection has been established with Gley. However, the dimensional gap left behind by the destruction of the Ironheart will soon be sealed. The connection will not last. Dominator! Can you hear my voice?
Sire! Is all well? I have been concerned for you.
My well-being is not important. Your report on the situation in Klipov.
Sire,
Did you not hear me? Your report on the situation in Klipov.
forgive me, sire, but I thought with the dimensions connected, you would soon be returning to Klipov. The situation in Klipov is dire. Most of the key areas of the planet have been destroyed by the Colossi. The Legion of Darkness you left behind has been wiped out. The Order of Truth, including your humble servant, still resists. But time is running out.
Dominator. I have finally raised a legion that wields the power of the ancestors. Our analysis of the Colossi and our void research have provided more than sufficient means to save.
Sire, it appears there are not enough remaining Iron Hearts. The dimensional gap is growing.
Dominator, if I strike the weakest point of the dimensional boundary on this planet, I can still reach Klipov with the remaining Iron Hearts. Do not give up.
Sire, with all due respect, it is time to face reality. Such actions will only lead to the destruction of both worlds, and you will not stop the Colossi. Please, let go of Klipov. Join forces with the descendants of the ancestors for the great cause. You know that the enemy of all life is approaching from beyond the void.
Enough! I will hear no more of this. I will not give up on Klipov.
Sire, the dimensional gap is closing. Please, accept the truth.
Dominator! Dominator!
Karell.
Hope for the great cause, from the Descendants, from the enemies of my home. Klipov and vengeance. I refuse to give up on either. My first Descendant. Awaken those like you and prepare to march. I will use every means necessary to restore the Iron Heart.
Karell. Descendant. I suggest we break the RK synchronization immediately. Dia's subconscious is building a defense mechanism. As soon as you leave this memory, I will terminate the synchronization. Hurry.
Fixing and making things is my wheelhouse. Go on, what'd you need? Hey, Descendant. I heard you extracted a ton of military intel from Dia's mind. RK sure is useful. Wish I was a Descendant. Just a quick hop onto the teleportation pad and whoosh, you're there. If we had RK, we wouldn't need to take a transport just to repair one generator. Right, so, the generator. Well, after Operation Sigma Sector, we kept the wide-range Sieve radar running non-stop. Generator was already in rough shape, and that finally did it in. Anyway, at least Alpha's happy he can inspect the front lines and attend meetings in person now. If only he knew how I felt. Although, he did say that, but I think he actually came along because he's worried about Nell. Nell hasn't been herself lately. She looks troubled and she barely speaks during meetings. Looks like it's almost time for the meeting. I better hurry. Oh, and if Nell seems really down, just give Enzo a wink. You don't need to know what it means. It's our little secret. Just do it for me, all right?
Alpha, Daya's memories have generated ideas for future operations. Or, to be more accurate, ideas for the direction of our future responses rather than the operations themselves. Especially how we respond to the restoration of the Ironheart. Those parts of Daya's memories are very concerning.
Restoring the Ironheart is likely why Karell awakened the Oblivions. Karell has assembled this formidable army to try and save Klipoth. As for how and when Karell will try to restore the Ironheart, we've learned a lot about Karell and the Vulgus, but there are still many aspects that are unclear.
Let's focus on what we can do right now. Karell said that 2 Ironhearts will be enough to bridge the 2 worlds. He will strike where the dimensional boundary is weakest on this planet. And we know where that location is.
The Axion Plains. The Vulgus have been targeting the area for some time now. They've even created a dedicated army for that purpose. If they can't restore the Ironheart, it seems they intend to utilize the very worst capabilities of that zone.
It'll be like stirring up a hornet's nest. They'll incite the Colossi and maybe even cause a dimensional breach. But we are reaching breaking point. Now that we know Karell's plan, there's only one option left for us. Whatever he means to do, we can't let him have his way.
Assuming Daya's memories are not distorted, it seems that Karell has nowhere left to retreat to. This is where he will make his final stand. It's possible that this could be Ingris's final war.
I suggest we recommence operations to occupy the Axion Plains. The Void Storm is ongoing, but securing this zone will make the rest of our responses easier. We need to reduce as many variables as possible before the final confrontation.
Thank you for that, Enzo. To navigate the Void Storm, I propose we use tactical transports. Operation Sigma Sector has improved our shielding technology. It should be enough to allow us to access the Axion Plains.
All right. I'll have Harris report in when I get back to Albion. That must be why she's been so busy. Refueling will take a while. Why don't you take a break before we take off?
Yes, sir. I will review the operation details while I wait.
Nell, what's wrong?
I'm all right. I'm just tired.
I'm not surprised. Both of you, go get some fresh air and stretch your legs.
Do you need something?
No, it's not really that important, but,
But what?
Well, if it's okay, would you like to go for a walk?
Oh, good! I need to go grab some herbs. You're coming too. Right, Captain?
Blair, take the hint if you don't want to die.
Oh, you guys go ahead. I've got a cramp in my leg.
Let's go. Not too far, though.
Oh, okay.
Ugh, seriously, what is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
Did you get it now?
Nell, you seem to be going through a lot lately. I wonder if there's anything I can do to cheer you up?
Enzo, do you remember the 26th Mobile Infantry?
Oh, of course. I supplied them with munitions many times. They were really brave soldiers. I wonder where they're fighting now.
They were all killed in action. During the mission I was overseeing.
Nell.
While en route to Hagios, the main force was threatened. I had the choice to save them if I used the 26th Mobile Infantry as bait. So I sent them to their deaths, believing it was a sacrifice of the few to save the many.
Nell, it wasn't your fault. Think of how many lives you saved. I would have given the same order.
Enzo, if you were one of those few, would you still have wanted me to do it? Tell me what I should have done.
In situations like that, you do what has to be done, Nell. I believe in you.
All right. Enzo Stallone.
Nell, what happened? What did Enzo say? Did he ask you anything?
We talked about the operation.
Oh.
We're in the middle of a war. That's all we should talk about. Alpha. When you've needed to sacrifice a few for the many, how did you make that choice?
I used to make decisions rationally, just like the previous Alpha did. But it's different now. I want us to survive together, or if it comes to it, die together. Damn, I must be getting sentimental in my old age.
Oh, the two of you make it so complicated. You want me to tell him? I'll lock you both in a room where you can't leave until you kiss it. Oh!
I repeat, Super 6-1 is unresponsive.
Transport, respond!
This is Super 6-1 requesting assistance.
Alpha, Harris, respond!
The Axion Plains. I repeat, we're descending toward the Axion Plains.
Nell! Alpha, Harris, please respond. Nell, can you hear me? Damn it!
This is Dominic of the 22nd Recon Squad. I'm here at Blair's request. Is Jaber not with you?
Ha! Pseudo left first. All the other Descendants are still on their way.
How the hell did a transport that took off from Kingston end up here? Was it because of a dimensional breach? I've heard this is a dangerous place for non-Descendants.
It's only dangerous for non-Descendants when void energy is present. Right now, the dimensional breach has cleared the air. The issue is, it cleared the air of transports as well.
This is no time for jokes, Blair. All of High Command is missing.
Yeah, I wish that was just a joke.
The tactical transport rescue signal is coming from somewhere in the Axion Plains. I'm not sure if they were sucked into the breach or crashed, but we are picking up a repeating signal.
I never thought I'd say this, but I'd prefer it to be a crash. Our transports are tough. They shouldn't have more than some bumps and bruises.
Okay. I'll be leaving right away. The follow-up briefing will be taken by Cadet Amelia, the interim tactical adjutant.
I will do my best, Executive Officer Stallone.
Rough first day, rookie.
Ten Hut. I'm eager to learn. I'm Cadet Amelia, the tactical adjutant in training, and in charge of this operational briefing. Continuing what Executive Officer Stallone was saying, I'll begin the follow-up briefing immediately. Please bear with me if I stutter. Firstly, since the Axion Plains is a very large area, it's not efficient for us to conduct a search as one large group. And considering the size of this dimensional breach, it's very likely a Colossus will force its way through at the next opportunity. In preparation for the worst, we've divided up the operation zones to allow an efficient ground intercept response.
Any warnings of Colossi appearances will be communicated through me or through the Axion Central Control System. Please keep all comms channels clear at all times. Alright. Let's begin the operation. Oh, Descendant. Please. Find the commander and the captain and Nell.
Descendant, a large cluster of breach creatures has been detected in the area. Breach creature response confirmed. Inbound to location. Colony of breach creatures spotted inside the operation.
target nearby. I'll guide you to the location. Descendant, requesting takedown of enemy assault ship. Descendant. Bogus comms traffic is increasing at your location. It looks like Legion of Breach troops have been deployed. Descendant. Requesting takedown enemy assault. Breach creature response confirmed. Approaching location. spotted inside the operations zone.
looking for a missing fork and an entire kitchen.
Descendant, I'm detecting a dimensional energy imbalance over the Axion Plains. Prepare for a ground intercept.
Damn, we're finding rats instead of forks.
Everyone, please continue the search. But if a Colossus appears, intercept immediately. Descendant Core, the size of the current dimensional breach is too great. A continued search is unfeasible. Withdraw to Kingston to regroup. I repeat, withdraw to Kingston to regroup. Damn it. This has to be the worst it's ever been since the war with the Vulgus began. Almost all of HQ is MIA. We've searched every inch of the Axion Plains, but we've yet to find the missing HQ transport vehicle. And the durability of the Colossus-guided capture zone has been stretched to its limits. It may not be able to hold the Colossi for much longer. If the breach continues to grow like this, our void radar will be useless and our intercept network will completely collapse. I'd like to focus on finding the transport, but we have too many other things to worry about right now. Maybe the transport really did go into the dimensional breach. What's going on?
A massive heat source is approaching the Axion Plains. Judging by its size on the radar, the Colossus type is... Wait, this isn't the right size for a Colossus.
A Vulgus fleet.
To humanity, to save my world, and to preserve yours, I give you your first and only chance. Those who have the power to decide must appear before me. I will wait beneath the eye of the breach.
Is that Karell?
This communication is being broadcast one way. Hold on. Did Karell just make us an offer?
No.
Let go! Let go of me! Alpha! Alpha!
I will bring this bounty with me.
Karell, you bastard! Don't you dare!
Alpha!
Nell, I need to meet with Karell right away. Get that message to the Vulgus however you can.
Adjutant Stallone, we haven't finished analyzing the call yet. It could be a trap.
Yes, that's very likely. In fact, it probably is a trap in many ways. But you can't fake screams like those. I know these are our people. I can feel it.
If you're set on leaving, please give me operational command. I'll have sniper cover and quick response troops standing by.
Affirmative. But you must never issue the order to attack first. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Understood.
You are the new commander.
Where's Alpha? What do you want? Release them now!
What I want. What I want is time. Time to mourn my people slaughtered by the Colossi. Time to build strength to reclaim my home planet. And time to return before it falls.
What does that have to do with us?
My home planet, Gley, is being destroyed by the Colossi. I must bring back to Gley the means to exterminate the Colossi. My Arche Legion that took 100 years to complete. My first Descendants. humanity has managed to survive all this time. I had to endure your provocations until you fools could awaken your arcane. The 100 years I have spent here has been but a few months on Kliphoth. Even now, my people are being slaughtered by the Colossi.
Ingress is also exposed to the Colossi because of the catastrophe you caused! The slaughter is happening here too!
Then this war needs to end.
Stop it, you bastard!
I have a way to save both worlds, Kliphoth and Ingress.
Damn it!
To open the way to the Kliphoth dimension, you need at least 3 Ironhearts. Descendants destroyed one of them. But you also absorbed all of the particles of the destroyed Ironheart. You see, by fusing all the Descendants together, I can create a new Ironheart. If you are all willing to become the new Ironheart and open the way, I will spare the rest of humanity.
Nell!
I will seal the dimension with this world in it and promise peace eternally.
Harris.
Sniper team, return to Albion. Strike team, also return to Albion immediately.
We only needed a second. In just 1 second, I could have hit Karell right between the eyes. Our people were suffering. Why didn't you give the order?
You're right. My legs were tensed the whole time. I could have jumped the moment I got the signal. You don't believe that Vulgus rat, do you? I still get shivers when I think about being in Karell's clutches.
It's not that simple. Enzo, turn off the comms for the time being. I'm gonna get them something to eat. You've been through enough.
Thank you, Blair. Bunny and Haley seem disappointed, and I know they'll probably be annoyed for a while longer. That's to be expected. Karell is humanity's greatest enemy, and we let him slip right through our fingers. All those soldiers. And Harris, the cruelty. Since the apocalypse, all humanity has wanted to do is to defeat Karell, the Vulgus, and the Colossi. Our generation was born and has been dying for this sole purpose. Do you understand how I feel right now? If the Descendants were born to protect humanity, then I have to say, Karell's offer is meaningful. And Karell realized that. He seemed to also know that Haley was aiming directly at him. But he stood his ground. That's something you only do when you're confident you're winning. Maybe this data was sent based on that confidence. When I arrived back in Albion, I realized data from the Vulgus had been sent to my Asiv. I think it's about the Kliphoth massacre that Karell mentioned. Karell's proposal to fuse together the essence of all of the Descendants to create a new Ironheart. If we accept it, he said he will cease all attacks on humanity. He also promised to seal off the Ingress dimension, allowing us peace. We are, in many ways, the key to ending the war. What do you think Alpha would have done with this insight? I've made countless choices in my life, for humanity, for Albion, and for my loved ones. As executive officers, we learn what to consider and what to disregard to achieve the best possible outcome. But now, I don't know. The sacrifice of a few for the many, is that really what's best? Would it even be possible to get everyone to agree to it? My head is spinning. All I can think about is Nell. And the ring I want to give her. Damn it.
This is Eugen. I have some good news in the midst of all this gloom. I finished treating the captain. She's over the worst of it, but her wounds... Oh, wait! Captain, please just lie down.
I can walk. Please, don't make me lie down. I was lying down the whole time I was on that bastard Karell's ship. I'm sick of it.
Then at least put on your rehab suit. Your vertebrae are shattered.
You're here? Come on, don't stare at me like that. You're making me feel shy. Thanks to Enzo coming to my rescue, I'm still alive. But Alpha and Nell should be here. Or those soldiers. Not me. Tell me, Dr. Han, why am I still alive?
It's not why, but how. Would you like a brain scan too? Some kind of anti-gravity phenomenon occurred from within your body. It looks like someone used the arcade to affect you. But I'm doing some independent analysis on it. Don't worry about it for now.
Damn it! What is going on?
Exactly. What the hell happened out there?
Our transport got sucked into a dimensional breach. I was unconscious the whole time. We went spinning through void space and ended up smack bang in the middle of a Vulgus fleet. Karell's fleet, no less. The one we've been looking for this whole time. I bet the Vulgus couldn't believe their luck. Just when things weren't going their way, the entire enemy command falls right into their lap.
What about Alpha? He's alive, right?
Alpha and Nell were taken away as soon as we got captured. Obviously, the Vulgus knew who they were. I couldn't do anything. All I could do was listen to their screams. Or maybe they were my screams.
Torture? Karell's the one who set up the negotiation talks. If he wanted to torture them just for the sake of it, he would have taken all of you.
They've captured their enemy's leaders. They suddenly have more cards than they could ever play with. What if they torture Albion's final defense code out of Alpha and Nell? They wouldn't need to make us any more offers. They could just take Albion by force and that would be it. In which case, I wouldn't have been a very attractive prospect for Karell. Just a prop at best. Huh. I guess I'm alive because I'm useless.
Depression and helplessness are all unhelpful for a patient. I'd rather you got angry, let it all out, to feel better.
Don't I look like I'm angry? I was the only one to come back, whimpering like a whipped dog. When Alpha and Nell were being tortured, I could only stare at the floor. They were screaming in pain, and I just lay there like an idiot. Damn RK! Why don't I have it? If I had, I would have fought to the death, damn it!
There's no shame in coming back alive. We all know how you feel, Captain. Just get some rest for now.
Descendant, there is something I want to share with you about the arcade that protected Harris. If possible, I would like to speak with you right away. Descendant, the arcade particles that protected Harris have been detected in the space beyond the breach above the Axion Plains. They are growing stronger within void space. I want to get a closer look at this phenomenon. This latest incident has jeopardized the advantage that humanity has been slowly building in this war. If we are to secure as many options as possible for humanity to choose from, we should learn more about this unknown arcade. I need your help to analyze the arcade beyond the breach, Descendant.
Hello? I'm here! Is anyone there? I'm over here! Anyone?
Nell, is this it? Is this all you're capable of?
Who? Alpha? Alpha! Are you okay?
For a tactical advisor, failing to predict a situation like this is disappointing.
Alpha? What are you talking about? Where am I? Please take these restraints off me.
Nell, you've always been such a skeptical girl. But for all your scrutiny, you never once questioned yourself. If your queries had been directed inward, I wonder if you'd still be so righteous.
Why would you say that? Why are you doing this?
Look where we are. Can't you feel the resentment within the shadows? The bodies of our comrades piled high as the result of your choices. Do you know how many lives were sacrificed to execute your strategy? They could have made it back alive with a proper plan. They wouldn't have had to die. Well, could you have done it? Laid down your life for someone like you, like they did?
I had no choice. There was no other option!
You might have thought you were fighting for humanity, but all you wanted was to protect your pride and petty talents.
No, that is not true! We made the only rational choice for everyone's sake!
So, you're nothing but a coward after all, a despicable weakling. Sending your comrades to their deaths while you dreamt of a happy future. You hid far from the front, warm and safe. Yes?
No, that is not true!
Wake
I
up,
wasn't like
Nell!
that.
Do you really think you deserve to be safe? You do, when you are safely buried in the ground with the maggots.
Stop! Stop it!
Now, your final chance lies at your feet. This time it's your turn. Sacrifice yourself for those you see before you. For all your dead comrades, the least you can do is offer up that worthless life of yours. Prove that your beliefs are worth dying
I get it now. This is Amon's mind control. It isn't real. Is this rain? Even now, I still have doubts. How pathetic. I wanted to escape all of those doubts. But in the end, they all led back to me. Amen! Can you hear me? This ends now! I will fight you with my weaknesses! Where did this power...
To think there might be a human who can resist my mind control.
You disgusting creature! Yes, I see now. You didn't need the information in my head. You just wanted a toy to break!
Very well, then. I shall endeavor to break you completely.
Nell, snap out of it! Trust your instincts, just like you've always done. This is all you need to know. I believe in you.
Wait! Don't give up! I will save
Descendant, I've picked up a mutant material formation signal in the skies nearby.
Descendant, I sense a strong wavelength within the Axion Plains that has the same signature as the arche I analyzed.
Wait, isn't that the command identification code? Heading to location. Nell! Nell, wake up!
Enzo.
Are you alright? How on earth?
Arche. It was Arche. Arche.
Nell, I'm gonna get you out of here right now. Stay with me.
Enzo. Alpha is in danger. Karell is preparing to attack. He plans to fuse all the Descendants together and attack Albion.
Karell, you bastard. I was wrong.
Enzo?
I wanted to accept Karell's proposal because I wanted to save you. It was stupid, but when I think of you, I just can't think straight.
I don't want to lose anyone else. Not anymore. Not anyone else anymore.
Yes. I promise I'll be with you till the end. And together, we'll save Alpha. together. Now that everyone is here, I'll outline the operation. Karell's offer is unacceptable, and he never meant to honor it in the first place. Karell intended to continue negotiations while torturing our commander for Albion's final defense code. Thanks to Alpha and Nell's resistance, we know the code hasn't fallen into his hands yet. But with Alpha imprisoned by the Vulgus, and since we've confirmed their intent is hostile, it's only a matter of time. After I heard Karell's offer, I did a lot of thinking about why he was so intent on abducting Arche wielders and creating Vulgus descendants. I think I have the answer now. It's because we, humanity, are tenacious and strong. Karell wants to emulate us. He wants humanity's strength, spirit, and Arche so he can take on the Colossi. Because humanity has not lost to the Colossi yet. While it's true that we have been brutally slaughtered by them in the past, it is also true that humanity has destroyed more Colossi than the Vulgus have. And Karell knows this.
If I have enough rounds from a sniper's nest, I can keep taking out the Colossi forever. But the question is, why do the Vulgus continue to antagonize us, instead of asking us for help?
The answer is simple. Karell hates humanity. His hatred seems to have begun with those that came before us. But when it comes to hatred, we really are no different from the Vulgus. Over the past 100 years, for generations, the Vulgus have inflicted terrible pain on our families, friends, and loved ones. That I even considered joining hands with Karell to bring peace to Ingress. I'm ashamed of myself.
Everyone makes stupid decisions because of love. It happened to me too, Enzo. That being said, if you'd said we should bend the knee to Karell, I would not have accepted that. They took my husband from me. And turned my daughter into a weapon. Hate is a deeper emotion than love. Knowing the Vulgus experience it too makes me feel less guilty, at least. So I've been thinking, when are we going to make our move?
We need to start the operation to rescue Alpha right away. Karell is probably torturing him for the code as we speak. The guide is running calculations to retrace the path of Nell's descent through void space. If we can trace her path back to its origin point, we'll know where Alpha's being held. But we're talking about tracking particle-sized Arche in the vastness of void space. It's a daunting task even for a powerful AI like the guide. So we need to help the guide with the search by dispersing our Arche as widely as possible across the Axion Plains.
We also need to retake the Axion Plains, so it'll be like killing two birds with one stone. I'll get on it right away.
Since there's no time to lose, I'll get moving as well. Enzo, you can take your time. We have a new recruit in the Descendant Corps, don't we?
Haha! I'm not the baby of the Corps anymore.
Yes, but this recruit has a veteran's experience.
Ugh.
Thank you. I'll finish things up here, then head to the front line with Nell. Everyone. We need to stand together until the very end.
It doesn't matter if we fail to complete an operation, so long as we survive.
Descendant, I've picked up a mutant material formation signal in the skies nearby.
Descendant. I am glad you are here, Descendant. I have been searching for Nell's scattered arche across void space. I'm trying to analyze the path of her descent. But something strange is happening. The deeper I search, the more I sense not only Nell's arche particles, but also the arche of someone else. At first I thought it was the arche of other descendants. However, type classification analysis revealed that it was a new type of arche that I have not yet synchronized with. This arche feels very familiar and yet unfamiliar at the same time. It is as if it is guiding us. I will leave Ingress to your care while I complete my analysis. Arche has always shown me the way, and it will again, Descendant.